My name is Chelsea. I work for the Tye-Dyed marketing team. Primarily my job is I do a lot of the promotional material for the store. I help run a lot of the social media. You see me answer comments on Facebook and YouTube and help answer any questions that you may message us over Facebook. I also do a lot of the just behind the scenes administrative stuff. So, you know, if any of the website work needs to be done, adding items, changing prices on stuff, and all that sort of thing. That's pretty much what I do. I also do some of the promotional artwork, anything for like our little flyers, some of our pins, like the pride pin we put out, like the folders. When we send home new animals, we give you guys a folder and some care sheets and stuff like that, and I've all worked on those projects too. I have worked here for 3 years, I believe. It doesn't seem that long at all. Can't keep track of it. It's probably easier to answer what I don't have at home. I started keeping reptiles probably about 4 or 5 years, so just before I started working for Tye-Dyed, I was just a snake and a bearded dragon, and it's exploded. I now have a fish tank and an axolotl upstairs, along with our 2 dogs, 2 cats. We've got 2 German Shepherds, one's Freya, one's Decker. And then I've got like 12 snakes downstairs. I've got a couple bearded dragons, a Uromastyx, panther chameleon, you name it, I have it. Along with some smaller fuzzy animals. So right now I'm keeping mice and I've got guinea pigs as well. So this is Hicks. She's a guinea pig that I rescued. She started with a respiratory infection, came to me with that, so she needed a little bit of vet care and a little bit of TLC when I got her. She is part of the Cavi family, so they're related to the capybaras, the really, really big looking rodents. These guys are pretty easy to take, but they still count as an exotic animal. They're social animals, so they do need companions. They need to at least live in pairs. They live in herds in the wild. She's nibbling my hand. And these guys are herbivores, so primarily their diet will be mostly hay, helps keep their teeth filed down, and then, you know, supplemented with some pellets and some vegetables, that kind of thing. These guys are unique in that they're sort of like us. They can't produce their own vitamin C. It has to be supplemented. So their pellets usually come with vitamin C fortified. There's a little bit of it in their hay, and then we give them extra veggies, so like bell peppers and stuff like that, really high in vitamin C is good for them. So they're super cute and super rewarding. So I would have to say my favorite reptile, which is clearly, you know, in my opinion, pretty underrated, is I love rat snakes. They're not super popular in the hobby. Not everybody goes crazy for them. We technically don't even really carry them here very often, if at all. But I grew up with a lot of rat snakes. I'm from Pennsylvania, and we got them in our garage all the time. We lived out in the middle of nowhere, and it was one of the most common snakes we saw. And my parents always taught me to just treat them with respect. So when I finally got into the hobby and realized that I could own a rat snake, the first thing I did was I got my own Everglades rat snake. So he's probably about 6 foot long now. I would say my favorite probably would have been Lola. You know, I don't work animal care anymore, so there's not a whole lot of animals that I work with on a very personal level. She's definitely just absolute sweetheart, always came up for attention, and it's always kind of impressive when you've never worked with reptiles for that long to just have such a big animal like an iguana like that, just totally into you and looking for snacks and attention. My job pretty much spills over to my hobbies. I keep so many animals that I'm constantly busy at home taking care of everybody, cleaning cages, feeding. That's the majority of it. When I do get a little bit of free time though, I like spending time with my dogs, taking them out, playing with them, training them. I mean, they are German Shepherds, so they need a lot of attention. And then I like playing video games. I like doing little crafty things here and there. I currently play a couple of MMOs, so I play Star Wars The Old Republic and Elder Scrolls Online. I'm a big nerd, big Star Wars fan. I would have to say that my favorite part of my job is just kind of knowing how far I've come since I first got here. My job can get a little bit tedious and get a little bit boring when I'm cataloging all those products and doing a lot of repetitive things. But when I first came to this store ages ago, I first walked in, I was super impressed with how the animals were taken care of, how clean the place was. Thought it was super cool, and so to finally be behind the scenes and kind of participating that much and really helping the store with our orders and our online site and our online presence is just a lot of fun for me. My favorite memory would be really hard because I have a terrible memory to begin with. I mean, obviously our parties are a lot of fun. I always enjoyed a lot of our like our community outreach programs that obviously, because of the pandemic we haven't been able to do lately, but hopefully we'll bring those back and we can have a lot of fun with those again. But I would have to say at least my funniest one, because it's always really funny to tell people, is when I sliced my finger up on Tinkerbell's tail spines. I was in the cage doing animal care and went to go pull my hand back the wrong way to get out of the enclosure, wasn't paying attention, and sliced my pinky up right on the edge of her spine. She had no idea she'd even done anything. Like, she's super confused. So it's kind of one of the weirder injuries that's happened here. It's not like she bit me or scratched me or anything else. I hurt myself in an iguana. So as far as cool fun facts go, I actually started as animal care here. I originally wasn't hired for any of the marketing stuff or anything that initially. Now, he did have in mind that I had 5 years worth of graphic design work, went to school for it and everything like that. So he did keep it in mind as it might be something I move forward to. But I started completely with animal care, originally trained with Heather, who is now also marketing team. So she can't seem to get rid of me. It wasn't a quick transition. I started little by little moving off animal care and getting extra hours, helping with the Facebook page and answering comments and that sort of thing. And now I've moved in, he's got enough work for me on the website and everything else. I'm just full-time marketing and admin assistant, all for animal care. Another cool fact about me is I've been to Jamaica twice in my lifetime. I don't get to go on vacations very often, but it was really cool. The first time we went for a week, the next time we went for 2 weeks. And definitely by the end of the second trip, felt pretty well settled in. It was a lot of fun. You just go, you relax on the beach. Those last 2 weeks, we'd always get a storm in the middle of the afternoon, and then the rain would lift, the sun would come back out again, and everybody would come out and party and have fun and eat a lot of food. The native food is really good.